FPL video here on the channel. I Sabi FPL. My name is Silas Tuma and today we'll be looking at my team selections for Gameweek 10. Just after Gameweek 9 wildcard and how terrible it was, I will be discussing my transfer plans, talking about how I plan to set up for the next 2 to 3 game weeks, and how my team is set to structure for the better part of the period from now till the World Cup. So if you're new to the channel and you like to keep up with my team, be sure to like and subscribe, and then let's get into it. So taking a look back at Gameweek 9 and how the wildcard did, I ended up with 74 points, and I'm now currently on 474 points with an overall rank of 2.8 million. Yeah, the overall rank doesn't necessarily scream awesomeness currently, and I won't necessarily sit here and tell you I'm the best content creator, but these are all due to lots of things that have happened in this season, and the Gameweek 9 wildcard is just one of them. So I had Raya in goal for a 6 point in the Brentford game. They managed to keep a clean sheet against Bournemouth. Even Bournemouth had the opportunity to score them from a penalty, I think, and the penalty wasn't given. So at least I made quite a good decision to go with Raya for the wild card. In defense, I had Reece James, Cancelo, and Trippier. Reece James and Cancelo combined to give me 3 points altogether, and Trippier outscored the both of them. So to talk about Chelsea defense, I don't think they were that bad. It was only the Crystal Palace goal came on quite early and it kind of got them by surprise. But thumbs up to them, and wonderful goal from Gallagher to make the win just before the 90 minutes. Then for Cancelo and his 1-pointer, attributes to basically the clean sheet that was called off by Manchester United. Picking him on wild card, I didn't necessarily see him keeping a clean sheet this game week, but attributes to the rest part of the fixture they will have from now till before the World Cup and even after then. The City side are always the side that are very good at keeping clean sheets, and they have been doing very well for the season. And then there's Trippier who came off in the 83rd minute just to get the clean sheet points just before the clean sheet was wiped out in the Newcastle game. In midfield, I have Zaha, Martinelli, Maddison, and Salah. Salah was my captain choice, obviously, and that attributes to the major reason why I scored 74 points this game week. But having the likes of Maddison and Martinelli were good enough to kind of seal me across the average points, and the team even did good to an extent. As for Zaha is another asset I had on my wildcard just to think long term. I didn't necessarily see him as a player that could get much points or haul against Chelsea, but going forward and the looks of their fixtures, they look very good, and it was so good to overlook. Up front, I had Tony, Mitrovic, and Haaland. Obviously, the mistake was not making Haaland my captain, and this seems to have affected me a whole lot. And I'm terrible to see that Mitrovic came off injured. I'll talk more about my thoughts and what I feel I'll do with my team going on. But this is how I did in Gameweek 9. Let's go now to look at my team selection for Gameweek 10. For Gameweek 10, I have Raya in goal against the Newcastle fixture. I honestly don't see Brentford coming away with this fixture with a clean sheet, but there's no way I'm playing Everson ahead of Raya, especially after Ward was able to keep a clean sheet against Nottingham Forest on Monday night. This all the more goes on to boost the confidence that Rodgers will have in Ward. And for the coming fixture, it's not looking like Everson is going to have the shout in goal. I'm playing a 4-man defense this time around, having James, Cancelo, Trippier, and Dalot. Out of these 4 defenders, the likelihood of 2 or 3 of them keeping a clean sheet is there, just because James plays Wolves, who are not a very good attacking side, and they seem to have been the team with the least goals this season in the Premier League. Cancelo plays Southampton at home. The home fixture looks good for Cancelo, not just because of defensive opportunity, but also because he could pick up some attacking returns in that game as well. Having Trippier for the Brentford game doesn't look bad as well, though Brentford could go out of their way, and I also own Tony, who could also be one of the goal scorers for Brentford in this fixture. But Trippier keeps bringing those attacking threats and likelihood to return attacking wise for the team. And then I may be forced to play Dalot this game week, just because Mitrovic may not be fit for the match. We're looking forward to what the manager will say in the press conferences, but it's not looking like there's any guarantee that Mitrovic will play this game week. In the midfield, I still have the midfield 4 from game week 9. Zaha, Martinelli, Maddison, and Salah. But this time around, Salah is not my captain. I've put the armband on Haaland, and I'll talk more about it when we talk about the forwards. But Salah definitely looks good for the Leeds game. The good fixtures we're talking about for Crystal Palace just starts with the Leeds game. And going on from here on, it definitely looks good for Crystal Palace. And Zaha being the talisman for them seems to be like the major option in attack for them. And then Martinelli against Liverpool. I don't necessarily see him hauling in this game. Obviously, he didn't haul in the Tottenham game either. But like I said in the video, I was comparing between 2 wildcards. Keeping Martinelli was a decision I was willing to take, given that I want one Arsenal attacker despite the tough fixture run. Gabriel Jesus went on to score in the last game against Spurs, but he didn't necessarily go out of his way to haul in the game. So having one Arsenal attacker as root to that defense doesn't look bad. Then Maddison against Bournemouth doesn't look bad either. We're talking about this fixture run for Leicester, which was the reason why a lot of persons were considering him on the wild card. After his haul against Nottingham Forest on Monday night, you definitely want him in your team. If you're looking forward to bringing him, I 100% give my endorsement for you to bring him into your team, as he looks good for the foreseeable future. Then up front is Haaland and Tony. Haaland obviously is my captain. He may not necessarily go out of his way to score another hat-trick in this Southampton game, but I want him for any attacking returns he can bring. And then Tony against Newcastle may look bad, but there's no way I could bring in another player for him in this game. If Mitrovic was fit, I definitely would start Mitrovic ahead of Dalot and have Dalot on the bench in order to have the three forwards of Tony, Mitrovic and Haaland. And there's no way I would consider starting Mitrovic and then benching Tony. However, despite Newcastle defense being very good, there's no guarantee that they will keep a clean sheet as well. It's football and anything can virtually happen. I'm talking about some forward planning and what to do with Salah. I could go on to play the same team for game week 11, but game week 12 is where it becomes a little bit tricky because I'll have Cancelo, Martinelli and Haaland all blanking. I've not yet completely worked out the move I'll make in that game week, but I'll definitely have Cancelo and Haaland on the bench for that game week because there's no way I'm playing the free hit chip in order to get players who are playing. But game week 12 looks good for Salah to have the captaincy armband against West Ham at home, which is the only reason why I'm considering keeping him till then. If from now till the game week 12 we don't see any necessary good output to indicate that Salah has gotten back to the Salah we know from last season and 2 seasons ago, then I may consider moving him on. A lot of managers have binned him off already and I may get some sticks for saying this, but even just after the game week 12, Liverpool has quite a good run of fixture. So that's how the team is shaping up. I'll let you know through my social media handles to talk about anything I would love to change before the deadline. Also, I'll be on the deadline space as usual with other members of the FPL community to go through some talking points and then take some questions just before the deadline. So be sure to follow me on Twitter and other social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook so you won't miss out on any activity that the community will engage in from now till the deadline. If you've enjoyed this video so far, be sure to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And then we'll see you in the next one.